It's just all that you believe in. Future, everything you're dreaming. Don't you can have it all tonight. Sit back, see it from a clear view. Fuck that, they don't gotta tell you just how you're gonna live your life. Oh yeah! Rooted in creation, it gave me motivation. Collecting all these things, people and places. When it feels good, you know I gotta chase it right. What's up? Speak up. Often misunderstood. Catch up, bless up. If you tried, then you would get it done now. Right here, right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now.
Glitter on my head, a light on my mind. I got a trip upstate to show 'em what's fine. I know my friend down south, she got me around, she wanna ride. I got too much on my plate, and I gotta find. I got a whole lot to say, a lot on my mind. I got my homie on the way to show 'em it's time we gotta ride. Took me a long time, put in the word, got it from dirt. Baby, we gon' shine, baby, we gon' shine. It was a long line, I paid my dues, now watch me fly. Mama always told me, yeah, you reaping what you sow. Always had the sauce, I just kept it on the low. Gotta be water, I'm just going with the flow. Let's ride.
Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. I wanna do it right here. Let's go right now. Right here. Let's say it louder. Right
GM. Welcome back to Noun O'Clock live at the Noun Square. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We're watching the end of the auction for Noun 1295, the yellowest builder we ever did see, and it looks like we are in the running for it. So if you want to come join us, nounoclock.live, NOMO.WTF. Watch the end of the auction with us while you're at it. You can pick up Nomo Noun number 1295, this evil vampire bat we got yesterday for just 0.00069 ETH, $1.72 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain, the Nouniverse Beyond, and apparently picking up this noun.
That's right. Buy a Nomo and help us buy this now.
Buy a Nomo and help us buy this noun. I can't think of a better messaging. So definitely check that out if you want to jump in there. We've got apparently a lot to talk about today. Yellow Collective auction is already over for today. We're going to be settling that as soon as we settle the nouns auction. But in the meantime, Toady, you want to tell me what the hell is happening? Because I was streaming up until about 5 minutes ago over on Twitch, and I totally missed this conversation in the Yellow Cabal chat. But I'm going to underscore
more than just
you.
YMs today.
Yeah, it was more than just YMs in the Cabal chat today. It's true. Why are you playing music? I can't hear myself.
It's the Yellow Collective theme, but okay, I'll cut it.
Turn down a little bit, yeah. So we were talking in the Cabal chat, and obviously this is a very yellow noun, and I just floated the idea, like, would people be interested in buying it for yellow and just having it as our yellow collective noun, and we could decide what to do with it, either like rolling delegations or just have some fun with it. And I guess people wanted to do that. We set up a quick poll through Ponder, which is like a way of doing it token gated, not weighted yet, but token gated. And about 25 people responded to the poll, representing over 75 tokens, and they were pretty much all yeses. So
I think I saw one no.
there was 2 no's in the end, I think. Yeah,
Two
two
no's.
individual tokens voted against. for whatever reason. But
Well,
yeah,
I
I
would have
think
been a yes. So there's
there's another couple, including one
another
like
6.
it should be worth more if you paid an exorbitant amount for one of your tokens too.
Yeah, 125. Yeah, that should be worth at least 2.
Yeah, I'm about to. I never trust these things to
Oh,
like
new
auto.
bid coming in at 3.
Damn it! From who? This is.
0x2CDB.
I think this isn't the one that won yesterday, is it?
No, because it would say 1 known.
Okay, this is the Binance. This is a Binance bidder. So this is the one I was kind of hoping to avoid having to go back and forth with because I know I don't want to dox anyone, but I realized that yesterday's was purchased by an individual that we know. So I did send a message to them asking them not to bid today if they could avoid it. And I tried to get a hold of CXY as well, who's been buying
This
recently.
wallet only has 0.2 left in it.
0.2 left. So
Yeah,
it could go
so
3.2.
we're good.
Well, I will see. You never know. I've bid on a lot of nouns, and you never know what could happen in the last 5 minutes. So.
Based on the data that we have right at this moment, we should be okay.
Sure. Sure. I mean,
That's what I meant when I
like
said we're good, but I figure maybe I have to clarify.
It looks like this bidder is not going to go above
3.2.
the bid price.
What
or
do you mean?
the offer price on like the blur bids.
The
Because they
top
bid before.
top offer is 2.72 right now, according to NounSwap.
So maybe I'm not. Yeah, because their other bids, like they've just been bidding lowish offers and then stopping.
They might have. It might be a bot, and maybe they haven't recalibrated since the post Duna, because a lot of bids dropped after the fork was eliminated, as you would expect.
Really? I wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue either way, but I think that's what I expected to happen. Is that if
Yeah.
you're arbing and you don't have a safety valve anymore, that's not ideal. Okay, I'm putting in another bid. Let's see how we go.
3.06.
3.06. Oh, it didn't show up right away with yellow. I love that we have yellow.noggle. I actually forgot that we had that until it popped up on. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, we do have that.
I do
We're
enjoy.
also-
If this had yellow noggles, I would be. I actually, you know what? Part of me is kind of glad it doesn't. Everything with the
like that it
noggles
has
is yellow.
The classic red noggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a yellow noun that's like putting on his big nouns glasses.
Yeah.
Glasses to go to Nouns Fest 2025. No,
I
I
love
think
it.
I mean, you literally could not get any yellower unless it was the yellow noggles. And yellow
Mhm.
noggles would have been pretty cool, but I mean, how many years will it be before we see fully yellow?
It's even on the warm background.
There you go. It's not moist.
Why are you? What?
It's warm.
No.
Warmth. Warmth.
It's the warmst. Warmst.
Warmth. The only word worse than moist. We thought there wasn't one. But we just
We found a way.
life finds a way.
Oh, there's another pretty yellow noun from a while ago. I'm scrolling through.
Just looking for any of the yellow nouns.
Yeah, 786 is the same body and accessory mustard head with black knuckles.
Mustard head. I'm looking for that one. Hold
I
on.
like this one more.
786.
Whoever's spamming the nouns mural. Thanks for that.
1103 is pretty yellow too. It's a mustard with golden noggles and a yo shirt.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
There's also one that's like a thumbs up that we saw. It was like a blue shirt with a thumbs up and yellow noggles.
Based in yellow.
But you know, the thing that bothers me about the yellow noggles, and I think it would have been okay on this one because it's just so yellow and so many different tones of yellow. But I just can't get over, like, I love our yellow noggles so much. And like, whenever I see the OG yellow noggles, I don't like it as much. Sorry, Seneca.
They are slightly different shade, right?
Yeah, they're like a lighter, sunshiny kind of yellow.
Fatty but Happy has been, submitting a bunch of noggle props. I was looking through some of his other ones that he's made, and one of them is called Mustard, and it is very close to the yellow one.
I would support, especially. Oh, there's another one here I just found as a macaroni. 934, a macaroni with yellow noggles. That one's pretty good. With a white shirt. There's definitely some yellow ones in here. Oh, did you say 898?
No, that wasn't the
898.
number.
898 is maybe even more yellow. Actually, it's yellow shirt with the holy
Oh
hand
yeah,
and the lightning bolt.
because that's all the same color.
Who owns that one?
786.
It's
the
held
one.
by what's a crystal ball sunglasses lightning bolt dot ETH. It's a great shot.
Interesting.
All right, how are we looking here? How are we looking? We got 1 minute 22 seconds left, unless we get another. Oh wait, we did get outbid.
We did get outbid just now, right as you were saying that.
Come on, same person, same bot.
Yep.
And how much do they have-
3.13,
How much do they have left now?
0.07. They can go up to 3.2.
Well, not anymore.
I'm looking at that crystal ball sunglasses lightning bolt wallet,
Yeah.
and they got that noun almost a year ago today,
Okay.
and that's all that they've done with it. They haven't voted on anything. They haven't sold it. There's no other transactions in this wallet.
Interesting. I'd love to know who it is. Maybe we could buy that one from them too, and then we could make proposals.
I don't know. It looks like they paid 22 ETH for it.
Ouch. I don't think we're going to be able to pay that. That's interesting. Maybe that's why they're not active. They just can't bear to look at it anymore. All right. It's every 4 minutes that it resets, right? I should know this.
Yeah, it'll reset back to 5.
Oh, it's every 5 minutes? Okay. Well, I always forget if it's 4 or 5. All right. Let's go. 3.2. This is getting close to the 10-day moving average, I think. So hopefully this will do it. Because the next bid would have to be 3.27, which is quite a bit higher than it's gone in recent days. So hopefully this does it. Did that go
Actually,
through?
it probably could have gone slightly lower, and then they would have.
No, 3.2 was the next bid possible.
Oh, it was?
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
But like yesterday's was 309, 299 before that. 325 was the queen that I thought might get bid on by someone, but didn't.
The Burger
3.
Queen?
Yeah. 2.81, 2.88. Interestingly, it seems like auctions are going up since the Duna prop. So who knows?
Yeah, I think this is not based in any sort of fact. It's more of an I hope than a real belief. But I think having protections on the horizon will entice more people who might not otherwise have been interested. I think it'll definitely, dissuade others, but I'm hoping that balances it out at least.
I think we just don't know what's going to happen. I mean,
Well,
I know
right.
some very
That's the
smart
real reason. That's the real answer is we don't know. But
there's some very smart people that do think that there's a good chance of getting, actual corporate, corporations and charities and whatnot involved. And hey, I mean, let's see. I don't know if it'll happen or not, if it'll materialize, but it would definitely make for some interesting dynamics if they do have some demand for it. I want to know what the sales pitch will be, though, to Coinbase or any of these companies. I mean, I guess if it's just a pure charitable donation, and if it just becomes part of their, tranche of funds that's set aside for charitable donations, but that sort of hinges on us getting 501c, right? So that won't happen right away, or necessarily at all. 2 minutes 36 seconds left. All right. Let's go.
we shall see what we shall see. God, there's so many yellow emojis.
No more bids from the worst ARB bot of all time, who is currently bidding above the top offer with no ability to fork. So no, I shouldn't say that. You never know. Maybe this is an actual.
Yeah, maybe it's not an arbor.
Maybe it's a person who likes nouns, and if that's the case, you know, best of luck to you. But please let us have this one, and you can have the next 10. That's my offer. my, my offer. You know that meme? A
You
trade
can
offer.
have trade offer. You get.
We get this now. You get all of the rest of them after this, if you want. But you have to pay for them.
But you have to pay for them. Yeah.
It's not a great offer, but it is an offer.
It's funny that I actually reskinned the villager trades in Nouncraft to have that UI where it says trade offer, you get, I get.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. It's not for all of the villagers, but for the ones that I modded in that sell like noggles and stuff.
If Brennan does a digital version of his nouns game, he should do that as well. For trade.
I also
offers.
changed the skin
Number
so it looks like Clem.
Like the human Clem, or like
Yeah, yeah.
noun?
Yeah,
like
the
his
real
noun.
the human Clem. He randomly spawns in the world and sells noggles. I don't think I've actually told him that. I should probably do that. Be like, hey, I put you in a video game.
52 seconds remaining. Oh, it's always so nerve wracking.
Doesn't look like this other one's bringing any Ethan.
I have a feeling that it's a wallet with a bot attached to it, but I don't know why I feel that way. Maybe they have bid on a lot of auctions recently, and they always seem to outbid immediately right after a previous bid. So that's what makes me think it's a bot. Ooh, 14 seconds left. I don't think it's possible for them to outbid us now, is it?
I do not think it is either. Nounoclock.live, NOMO.WTF. If you want to see Yellow Collective pick up a noun in 3, 2, 1, Mazel Tov. And now it is.
Time for FOMO.
You know the drill if you've been here before, but just in case you haven't, give a noun a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. If we get enough thumbs up in the first 2 seconds or so, that's going to be the noun that's on auction for the next 24 hours. We did get rugged to get that yellow noun, but it was a serendipitous one and none of us were mad. So that is also something that could happen. Yellow
sure
Collective has a noun.
We do, yeah. Collective's first
Aw.
impulse.
Cool.
First impulse purchase.
You know what? Honestly, that is a genuine like accomplishment, because how many people are in Yellow Collective and we managed to get an impulse purchase that was voted on?
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't go through the full proposal process.
Sure,
obviously,
but
yeah.
it got significant support nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when you got Yes to Crypto swanging 50 votes or whatever he did. But
Yeah, I
even
mean,
still-
there is that.
Even still, though, it was like 25 individual people on a Sunday who were like, hell yeah, let's do this. Oh, that's a very nice paperclip now.
It's a very nice paperclip.
For some reason, I feel like this is like so Spencer. It's got like the S on his shirt. It's just very
Yeah.
like proper.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm voting yes on this. I don't
This
care.
is
It's
for
too
Red
good.
Collective. Red Collective, are you looking for a noun?
The Red Collective.
Pipe is looking for it.
Yellow
Pipe-
Collective sounds fun and sunny and happy. Somehow, oh, there it is.
Yeah, Pipe wanted it.
I
wanted
I
it.
voted yes on that. I'm for it. That was a good rug. I'm happy. And now it's time for Nomo.
Could you imagine that noun as a Nomo with the red
I
background?
absolutely could, but we've got some already. So nomo.wtf or nounoclock.live. It's pinned up above in the tavern. If you want to check it out, you're going to see all of these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your favorite from among them.
Choose your character.
Spam click it with all your might.
Should we do a full week of spooky Nomos?
I've been trying to, yeah.
Well, there's a couple zombie hands here.
There is. Every 10 seconds, half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. And make sure you've signed in with your wallet or your clicks will not be counted. Once again, sign in with your wallet. It's very important. Or your clicks will not
I'll
be
give
counted.
you all of the Halloween ones in one go. Okay, we've got 2 zombie hands. We've got the bank, which is extremely scary. We've got a Saw for the movies Saw 1 through 6, or however many there are. We've got Haunted House, but it's about to go away, and that's it.
I saved
So,
it.
oh, you
So
saved Haunted House.
There was also Garlic,
I'm voting
which,
for
as Prof
bagpipe
said,
and
Yes.
bagpipe because I'm terrified of that music, and fax machine because it makes me think of working in an office.
Yeah.
That's
Fax
very scary.
Fax machine because Krell scares me.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
I met him in person. He's not that scary. You don't have to be afraid.
He's
I've
still
met him.
scary.
I've met him too. I met him before you.
Ooh.
I mean, I did.
Well, okay then.
We've got two battling undeads here. I came, I saw, I faxed, I died.
Undead versus Undead. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight!
I mean, it's got to be the one with the Freddy Krueger shirt, right? Come on. Let's be honest with ourselves. Freddy Krueger and teal noggles. I kind of wish, this is confession time, I kind of wish my noun had teal noggles. I like the teal noggles a lot.
Undead 2 wins. Fatality.
I was going to say it's Nomoween, but that sounds terrible.
No. That's
Nomoween was when Loretta
No.
when Loretta Bobbitt's husband woke up.
well, yeah. You went in a violent direction. I was going to make a bottom surgery joke. There are two types of people. Anyway, check out this Nomo noun number 1296. It's a beautiful undead noun. 0.00069 ETH, $1.72 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which, speaking of collective noun number 364, was won by CRP Daddy for 0.03 ETH. It's an adorable little sloth. And I'm going to go ahead and settle that auction and see what we get for collective noun number 365.
Wow, 365? That's cool. That's like 300. That's like a year of now of.
And it's another sloth. We got a very yellow sloth.
Double sloth.
Oh man, this is fantastic. It's on a based background. It's a sloth with a yellow shirt, yellow noggles. It is the yellowest sloth to ever yellow. And if you want to check it out,
if it didn't have yellow noggles, that would be quite a surprise.
yeah, I mean, listen, it's possible if we screw up bad enough.
It's impossible.
It's a little impossible.
If your browser doesn't work. Anyway, Yellow Collector now number 365 is a beautifully yellow sloth. You can check it out at yellowcollective.xyz. Born on the same day that we got a very yellow noun, so it feels fitting somehow. For on auction for the next 23 hours and 59 minutes, currently sitting at 0.01 from our very own Symbiotek. Yellow Collective is an on-chain club devoted to funding artists in the nanoverse and beyond, and that's artists of any stripe. It doesn't matter if you are a painter, a photographer, a sculptor, digital artist, dancer, a singer, whatever. We're into all of it. So check us out over on Warpcast. We have a yellow channel, and we're doing On-Chain Autumn, where we're doing a whole bunch of contests for the foreseeable. So definitely check that out.
Including a contest dropping tomorrow. So that's gonna be
including a contest dropping tomorrow.
I just pinned up a cast from Leo Pastel. He is going to begin his songwriting camp tomorrow, and he's looking for 5 head traits for suggestions. And he had a frame set up to just type in your 5 favorites.
Basically, go shill your top heads.
Go shill the ones that you own.
And he's got a GIF there that shows all 55 of them. So
it's not a GIF, it's a video. It's the one that
we made. There was already a song about a snail, so maybe there'll be a part 2. Seems unlikely.
Yeah, don't pick snail.
Pick everybody put snail. He's just gonna do all the songs about snails.
It'll just be the snail EP.
I would kind of love that, honestly.
It's like, how many traits of a snail can he incorporate into an R&B masterpiece?
Listen, he could make it a concept album.
He'll be like, coming out of my shell. I don't know. I don't know why it would sound exactly like the other snail song.
Yeah, neither do I. I was wondering about that. I mean, listen, we could
I
have
wanted to
all
say
sorts of
something.
fun stuff with it.
I wanted to say something about today's collective noun also, though. CRP Daddy did purchase it. However, he did post on the TL over on Warpcast that he is gifting it to an artist that they've been commissioning a lot of work over at Pirates Bay, Mr. or Mrs. Syrupy Nut, who, despite having a terrible, has
It's a
been
great
a
name.
long-time contributor to TNS contests and Yellow contests, and is a great, very talented artist. So we love to see it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you have to say their name like that?
I mean, how else would you say their name?
Syrupy Nut?
Wow.
As opposed to Syrupy Nut.
Well, I did want to
really, really
Just to emphasize the
emphasize
syrup.
I'm not syrupy nut.
pronouncing things incorrectly.
Maybe he's Indian and it's actually Sir Rippy Nut.
Maybe.
You never know.
Oh my god. This I'm so excited for this yellow AP. He was talking about I hope he found a project manager. He was looking for one. And I was like, yeah, I mean,
decided
I've done
to-
that before. And then he told me the timeline, and I was like, but not like that.
Yeah, well, he was going to be doing it with his often collaborator, Girl Crash, but something came up and she wasn't able to make it. So I think he's just going to do this kind of project management himself. And I told him I can help like with the voting and the collaborating with Yellow parts. So yeah, so it does start tomorrow. Also, our very own Jack Wilds is going to be driving from his house to Cincinnati to stay with those guys for a couple of days and produce video content about it. So that's pretty exciting as well.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, I'm excited. Keep your eyes peeled for that. We also, I think, will have a video dropping tomorrow. Jack's been struggling to try to get it exported over the weekend, and it should drop tomorrow morning, which is a full recap of Nounstown from Jack's perspective. So that's going to be coming out tomorrow. We are also going to be having a Nouns Fest watch party tomorrow. Don't forget, 7 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. PST, 11 p.m. UTC. We're going to be streaming it on the Nouns Fest YouTube, on the Noun Square X account, which you might be watching this on also, if you're streaming it over on X. So that's where that will be streamed. And also on Twitch, the Nouns Esports Twitch is going to be restreaming it. And I think that's all the places that it's going to be going out to. Or you can join directly from our Riverside site as well. Easiest place to make sure you have access to all those links is the Events XYZ site. So if you go to Nouns Fest, either on Warpcast or on Twitter, they've got a link over to the Eventcaster site, and then you can just sign in with your Warpcast to RSVP. I do recommend RSVPing because we are going to be airdropping a copy of the Commemorative Mint, which is a piece of stop motion animation done by Goldie and the Nanish team, and it gets airdropped to you for free if you RSVP. So not too many have taken advantage of that. If you do want to do that, we've got quite a few mints on that. I think almost 1,000 mints on it, but you would get it for free or an extra copy for free if you RSVP. So why not?
Get it for free with an RSVP.
Hee hee hee.
Hee hee hee. There's something sinister about just saying that deadpan.
Hee hee hee.
He, he. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. There's... that is really fun. We also had that update from Carl, which made me deeply happy.
Yeah, doesn't that look so much fun?
It looks so fun. I'm so jealous. It looks so good. There's also a nouns explainer that's right there. It just looks so cool. I love it a lot. For anybody who doesn't know, Nouns funded this little mini playground. You can kind of tell from the pictures in the original cast, but if you scroll down a little bit and in reply to 87 Bones, there's some more images where it shows sort of the layout. It's the pirate ship, but it's sunken into the ground in this little like courtyard area that they built. And so the flag of the ship actually sticks up above the edge so people walking by can see it, and then they look down and they see it's a whole playground area. that explains what Nouns is and how it was funded, and then they've got the rockers. What were they called again? Whatever. The little noun head rockers next to it. And the whole thing is like a little jungle gym with slides and stuff, and it's really cool. So, and they funded it, and they laid out the timeline for it and nailed it. I mean, to the day, which was really impressive. It's the second time they've done that too. I'm pretty sure they with the park at the mountain, they did the same thing where it was like literally to the day. They dropped all of the updates. It was really cool. So links to this are pinned in the tavern. If you're joining us from YouTube or Twitter and you want to check that out, click the link in the description of the stream. We're all over here on Tavern, and everything that we talk about is pinned here. So if you want to see any of the links, even if you don't want to join right now, they will stay there. You can see everything that we discuss on the show right here on Tavern. Other than those things, what else is going on? I feel I'm kind of shell shocked. Yellow just bought a noun.
Well, speaking of nouns, Seneca is currently trying to convince Ethernet, the bot from the higher community, to allow nouns to gift him a noun and participate in governance. I don't know how the bot identifies. Anyway, yeah, interesting. I mean, Yellow did it first, but yeah.
Yeah. I've been after him all day to get into nouns. So.
Well, he can.
Them.
He is now. He's able to read URLs now. I know it didn't work when you tried, but I was able to get him to read one of my Farcaster VIPs and respond to it. So he can now read links.
Nice.
He's evolving.
I had success in the first one that I did with nouns, and then I tried one on Yellow, and he'd already lost those privileges in whatever hiccup they had. Maybe it was just too many calls at once or something. I don't know.
Probably. I in a different chat that he was running out of storage. That Ethernet was running out of storage every day. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, thousands of casts. It makes sense.
And he can also respond to like 100 at once. Also, so it's really interesting. He's just blowing.
Did anyone do a tally on how many bounties were laid yesterday?
Apparently, you can see them all in one place on the Bounty Caster site. Someone said, but now he's moved on now to Paybot, because I think he realized that Paybot is a lot simpler. So he's just tipping a bunch of people Paybot, and now Martin's dealing with people who are trying to like abuse it and like get it to tip them.
Right.
Trying to like farm the bot or whatever. But anyways,
just turn it off. Tipping is done now. We're moving on to governance and public goods.
I like the tipping, but yeah, it's obviously people. So there's always going to be people who are abusing it. Mind you, he's usually tipping like 200 higher, which is, it's like not that much. It's like $10 or something, but still, $10 is a lot to some people in some parts of the world, especially.
Yeah.
I saw one guy complaining that he hadn't received his 25 higher, and was like back and forth in this entire thread, being like, "I'm very disappointed that I haven't received this." I'm like, bro, like this is $1, right? You realize this is $1 that you're fighting publicly with a bot over? I don't know. It's very funny to me.
Wait. He was sorry.
Yeah,
I thought he
I
was
sent you
tagging
two.
like a real person, but it's even better that he's fighting with a bot.
Yeah, the bot sometimes was doing Paybot, but wasn't like clicking the send button, so it wasn't arriving, I guess. And
Interesting.
He got lazy. He was trying to get Martin to do some of the work. Man, what a busy day. Holy. Has he gotten any sleep?
who?
Martin.
Martin? Has he?
No, Ether will never. I tried to figure out how many queries happen all at once. Like, what kind of volume is happening there.
Yeah. I'm also reading, I'm in the higher chat as well on Telegram, and I'm noticing the mint, the first steps into sovereignty mint has 45,000 mints, I think.
Jesus Christ.
First
Yeah.
steps.
I caught it when there was 3 hours and 33 minutes remaining. The top holder had 2,333 mints. And at that point, there was 3 million sparks, which is 3 ETH worth of creator rewards.
Is it still live, or has it gone into?
It's getting close. I've minted with all my other wallets, a single one, just to do it and have them sit as opposed to transferring into them.
It's 25. It's got 75,000 mints now. His one of the top comments is from Horse Facts. This clanker is doing numbers. I love that.
Yeah, like I'm glad I'm not the only one who's calling them
By the way, I'm in this mint. I don't know if you guys saw this as it
Yeah,
happened.
of course.
So it's a cast from Martin. It says this was Ether's first. I don't know if it's just pronounced Ether, right? Like
Sovereign?
Ether.
Yeah.
Aether, yeah.
This is Ether's first fully autonomous on-chain transaction. He is now fully in charge of his own destiny when it comes to tipping, with some high-level guardrails to avoid draining. And it was, to me, it was a paybot, 25 higher, basically $1 from Ethernet to me. And I was joking around with Light that this would in the future be like a Bitcoin pizza moment for AI. They'd be like, "Can you believe that dumb AI tipped a human in 2032 money?"
Oh my God, that's so good. I hope that happens, honestly.
I hope so too, and I hope I still hold the higher at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, for
But
real.
I was thinking about getting more of these too, because what I'm wondering if this could happen. I'm not sure about the tokenomics now that there's 75,000 of these minted, but it is going to turn into an art coin in about an hour, and I do wonder if it might have some legs, because everyone's been trying to create a coin for Ethernet. Someone even created $ Ether and launched it on one of those launch pads. And Ether, the bot, has just been saying, I only have one, one coin higher, whatever. But this is deployed by Ether, and it's going to be a coin in about an hour. So curious if people will try to push that narrative at all.
I was trying to get it to implement a burn mechanic earlier today, so
I don't think
know.
Zora can't do that, though. I don't think.
Yeah, true. What? Maybe it'll spin something up we're not even aware of.
I really wish that Zora. I really wish Zora still showed ETH amounts as well as Spark amounts. Like, come on now, we're not, none of us are Spark native yet. Can we just admit that? So it would be nice, even if it was like in brackets or something. It's like, yeah. Maybe it's like a tactic to get people to spend money they don't have. Like, it's only 10,000 Sparks. I don't even know what that is. Take my money. It's literally magic internet money.
There's got to
Just
be a
trying to
bottle
mint it.
caps coin, right?
What do you guys think about this? Martin casted 2 hours ago, going back to Ether. Interesting that people feel fairly comfortable insulting or lying to a bot publicly. And there's some discussion about that, because there's definitely some people who are like abusing Ether the bot in public. And then Martin says, like Light pointed out, it's very similar. It's a very similar signal to how people treat service workers. And then that sparked some discussion. Mike Demaray said that's a stretch, and some other people agreed and some disagreed. What do you guys think?
I would say it's a stretch, but only because as bots exist at the moment, it's not an individual. I think it could be said that like the way that you
But just
talk to
because it's an individual, like, doesn't mean it's okay to say certain things because it's not a person.
that's not sentient.
I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know if it's a moral quandary necessarily, but I do think that doesn't necessarily mean it's not indicative of certain personality traits. Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm thinking of an interview that I heard once on like a PBS type podcast, I think it was, and they were talking about how they did like psychological evaluations on people, and then also asked them questions about their interactions with Siri and Alexa in their home, or observed their interactions, and they did find like a pretty high correlation between sociopathic tendencies and people who treated Siri and Alexa rudely or cursed at them regularly in their in their day-to-day interactions. And that was just one study, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's definitely some telling on yourself if you're like yelling at a bot in public and not caring about what people think.
Yeah.
And
That's
I think that's
interesting
why-
because
I think
I
that's
mean,
why
I
we-
don't yell at bots, and I'm a sociopath.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a few that slip through the cracks.
Yeah. I think
Have
what
you
it is it I think it shows your unfiltered communication style.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's what it so if your unfiltered communication style is, abusive and then you filter it with people, then I think, it doesn't show, necessarily who you are as a person, but it shows, it's closer to the id than the ego. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but we also don't know if they do filter it with people. So I mean, it could very well just be like them telling on themselves that they also treat people badly that way. as
That
well.
I mean, okay, yeah, there is that. But I mean, assuming they do filter it with people,
And
I
with-
I filter myself less with bots than I do with humans.
well, with
or
the
animals, for
comparison
that matter.
to service, with the comparison to service employees, because people often say like, oh, if someone like treats a server badly, then run the other way because they're imagine how they treat people that are close to them. And I have found that to be true in
Yes.
real life.
Oh,
100%
100%.
agree. As someone who was a service worker for many years, 100% agree.
Yeah, for sure. But,
But
I
I think
that's
Mike-
that's a
I
matter of like control, right? So like that makes sense. I don't know.
I think they're coming at it from different places, actually. Like, I think Mike Demery is saying that's a stretch, and I believe if we had Mike here to talk for himself, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he's probably coming at it from a perspective of like, oh, it's not the same because, the bot doesn't have agency and it doesn't have like it's not sentient, it doesn't have feelings really, so
Yeah.
it's not feeling the pain. But I don't think that's what Light was saying. I think Light's saying like they both illuminate the same parts of the personality of those people, I guess.
I don't know that they do. Or,
I-
or
I
rather,
kind of
my
agree with
argument
that.
would be that because it isn't sentient, there is not a need to, it's the difference. I think they do illuminate the same impulses, but not actually the same personality types. Because I think how you control yourself and how you purport yourself to people can be very different from what your impulses are. And I am living proof of this because I keep myself very controlled in how I interact with other people instead of just, hitting anybody who annoys me, which is most people. So it's like it's very
Let's-
different.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Okay, Google, what do you think about people who are rude to their AI assistants?
I didn't understand.
You
That's a typical response.
Here, I got this. Let me pull up.
I don't know why he didn't answer. And then he just turned the heat on in my house. I don't know. I think we got a while before we need to worry about the AI ascendancy. Google didn't understand my question and turned on my heat. Okay.
And turned off your CO2 detectors.
Jeez. Oh,
What do you
yeah,
think
Cars
about
running.
people who are rude to AI assistants?
Well, it's always better to be kind, don't you think? Being rude to anyone, AI or not, doesn't lead to anything positive. AI assistants are here to help, and a little politeness can make interactions more pleasant for everyone.
Is that ChatGPT or which part?
That's ChatGPT, yeah.
That's a weird voice that you've got on it.
It's our own.
Really?
Trained on you.
It's trained on you.
No,
It's not. It's trained on a friend of mine.
I was gonna say the cadence. The cadence is very interesting. It's different than ChatGPT that I use. But
mine's on the Breeze voice just because I like how upbeat it is.
did you hear that like Scarlett Johansson was threatening to sue them when they first came out with GPT-4 because one of the
Because they
voices,
used her voice without.
well, they trained it on her. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they didn't, but it was like I tried it the first day, and it was definitely just basically her character from her.
Yeah.
Are we having that experience too in the last couple days of like, hey, I feel like talking for the first time in a long time. I'm not going to get judged by this bot.
I think a lot of people are
Like,
enjoying chatting with it. Yeah.
yeah.
I still
Yeah.
don't really get that. I only ever use the voice thing on ChatGPT if I'm like cooking or something while also working out, a problem for like or like figuring out branding or something like that and wanting to brainstorm.
I just prefer talking to everyone, bots, people, by
Yeah.
text.
My
Yeah,
thing,
'cause
I use the ChatGPT voice thing when one of my friends is not available to call.
well, see, I wouldn't even call my friend. That's the thing. Like, I would rather text my friend too. Like, I've just always been a better communicator in text than in voice, and so
No, can't relate.
even though I have that function on ChatGPT, I pretty much always just use it in text. Anyway, and I think Symbiotech was talking about people chatting with Ether on Warpcast a lot.
Yeah. Well, like trying to elicit how you might approach it, you get a more verbal potentially than you have been trying to farm Moxie or whatever's been going on the
Mhm.
timeline prior.
One thing I will say is you can definitely tell that Ether was trained on lights that works in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You can see echoes of lights thinking in Ether a lot. I feel like they just fed it like the entire the entire catalog of lights, casts, and tweets, and just like, here, this is you now.
I just had a thought that I kind of want to try. So you know how you can train, like character AI or whatever on, text, right? I want to see what would happen if I took times where I'm talking seriously, like on the occasion when like one of my friends needs help with something, or I'm writing a vote with reason on nouns or something like that, and make one character of that and then another of when I'm just being myself and see if they get along. Like have them talk to each other.
Not always.
I think it could be interesting. I don't think they would. I think they would hate each other.
Do you think they have the same taste in music is the question?
No.
That's a, okay.
No, not even close. One of them would be listening to primarily like lo-fi, like, instrumental, smooth jazz. The other one would be listening to power metal. For sure. Like, no question. I might have a slight mild case of DID, but that's beside the point. I do think it would be fun though. Anyway, my weirdness aside. I do think people should be polite to bots if they are in any way sentient. If, anybody who can feel something, I think is important. But when it's, a calculator,
I
I
mean,
don't
your
care.
ChatGPT response was actually pretty insightful, which is that like, forget about emotions and like hurting feelings. It also just doesn't get you anywhere, whether you're speaking to a bot or a human, right? So it's like just not a very good strategy overall, and sort of probably indicative of a pretty low IQ if that's how you try to, get what you want out of interactions
Yeah.
with people or bots.
But I also have found that having a bad reputation can protect you more than, a Kevlar jumpsuit, depending on context. So
Just looking down in the audience there, and I'm seeing that the gentleman that has the paid alpha group just got a whole lot more nounish.
How do you mean?
Well, it's access to a noun in his paid alpha group all of a sudden.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder where is Carlos these days?
Oh, he's
in the
he's
world?
doing the
Where
network
in
thing.
the world is Carlos Novar?
Where
can't
in the
rem-
world is Carlos San Diego?
He's got a great new routine.
Yeah, I saw that. The workouts with the family. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And clean living.
I saw that.
Amazing.
Well, I do want to go over some of the proposals that we've got up because another one came up or went live for voting. Wait, where's?
I have to warn that
I invited you on stage. Why are you?
I have to warn that I am at 6% battery and I will not be able to get a charger, so I may drop off at some point.
Okay. Well, Carlos is up. Did you hear about your paid alpha group getting a noun? We can see that the purple circle is there, but we can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear anything you're saying. You might need to change your microphone input. Or just do that. Okay, that works. But yes, the Variety Christmas Party prop has gone live for voting. Already has 5-4 votes, about to be 6 after the show when I submit my vote. I'm very, very excited about this. All right, we'll see if Carlos refreshing will fix the problem.
Carlos is a pretty refreshing guy, so it should fix it.
Hey, it did!
baby.
Productivity to 0, baby!
What's up, greetings?
I'm gonna
Actually,
break
for
myself.
real, productivity to 0 because I think I kind of threw out my back a little bit. So,
Oh no!
as a follow up to my workout regimen, no, it's not that
Carlos
bad.
threw out his back, carrying nouns on his back, carrying on his back, carrying octant on his back, just carrying every org on his back. I'm
Carrying
surprised
the
it's
entirety of Web3.
I'm a little disappointed in the lot of you because I put out that workout video and no one pointed out that I was working on my drop it technique.
Working
On
out
your
on what?
Never mind. On my technique to drop it. You know, like
To
when you're
drop
at the
it.
club and
Drop
the
your
move is in
weapon.
there. Go back. All right. No, well, I just want to say hi, check in from Chiang Mai. It's early morning here, so I have time to check in with you all. I'm really excited. There's going to be a couple of people coming to the Noun Square sometime soon. One of them is going to be Research Hub. They're going to start kind of just circulating their idea for a proposal that we're submitting. I don't know if you're all familiar with Research Hub, but it's a decentralized, a DeSci project that was funded by Brian Armstrong. So it's like the Coinbase of DeSci. Really excited about that. Then there's someone, Doug Degen. He's going to come up to Noun O'Clock to promote Job Stash. So it's a job search engine, like a crypto job search engine, and the goal is to.
He was on Nouncil last week. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm glad. So I keep trying to get him to change the pitch to dissuading people from applying to jobs and encouraging them to just submit proposals. Yeah, and here, Edge City Network State pop-up stuff. So if I can do a quick update before you go into the proposals, is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So the Research Hub proposal is that's the result of my time in Singapore. And they're also really bullish on nouns. Like they actually want to buy a noun themselves. And there's probably going to some conversations that can come up out of this because Research Hub being, backed by Brian Armstrong and they have a lot more restrictions on who they can collab with. So I think as a DAO, we wouldn't have been able to collab with them, but now as a DUNA, we might be able to. So that's something that I'll let people smarter than me, probably Prof Worden or someone, take a stab at figuring out how that would work. And then here, the health and wellness, which is what Noun sponsored at Edge City. It's really cool seeing everyone be super active. I think a third of the residents are all doing a really intense workout regimen daily. So that's really cool to see as a result of Noun being present here and kind of subsidizing those those benefits for the residents. The other thing is the family and kid well-being. There's like daily meetups for the kids. They're working on a future city project where they're all imagining like what their future city would look like and what they want there and what they don't want. It's really cool seeing this type of kind of living settings for the kids, and it's various ages. So for my daughter that's 4, I am just thrilled.
Oh, you cut out a bit there.
Sorry. The kids and family thing is going really well. I'm a little bummed that I can't get photos just because of privacy concerns for kids. But they're doing really cool stuff. I'll get photos of the projects that they're working on, and we might have like a presentation day where the kids and families all present the projects they're working on. And yeah, a couple of people have expressed interest in buying nouns. I don't want to be like, you know, whip out your ledger then. But the Research Hub wants one for their treasury. Edge City Alana wants one for their treasury as well. So I'm really stoked to see that they're thinking about long-term alignment and trying to figure out what's the best way to add value for nouns. This week I'm going to do a workshop that's going to
This week you're gonna do a workshop that's gonna.
Last thing I heard too.
It's a mystery.
That's a mystery.
That's cool though. Like
The closed
treasury
captioning is
nouns
having a
for-
really hard time every time I do a voice. By the way, I'm sorry about that.
Are you apologizing to an inanimate object?
No, I'm apologizing to anybody who's trying to understand what I'm saying based on the closed captioning. It's
Oh, that's fair. Gotcha.
But yeah, that is a really
Okay, I
cool
think-
update. I love to hear it. Hopefully Carlos can connect to his voice again. I'm not sure if that's going to be feasible anytime in the immediate future. In the meantime, though, we might as well jump into the props. So yeah, like I said, the Nouns Variety Kid Christmas Party 2 is up and live and ready for voting. It ends in 3 days. It's already 5-0. It is very exciting. For anybody who didn't go and look at the previous prop, they do have it linked in this one in Proposal 672. It's brilliant. It is basically just for kids in need, essentially, who maybe don't have resources or their families don't have resources to do any sort of Christmas events for them. This is a massive Christmas bash where they've got everything that you would expect. They've got fun activities like carnival games type thing. They've got rides. They've obviously Santa's going to be there. They've got all sorts of really awesome events there, and giving kids to all of these, or giving presents to all of these kids. I can speak English. So definitely check that out if you haven't yet. Prop 672. They do have a link to the previous proposal, as well as a whole bunch of media from the previous proposal. And when it came out last time, when I first saw the video that they linked in this proposal, I was in shambles. I was sobbing. It is so beautiful. It is so good. So even if you don't have any voting power, this is one of those props where I definitely recommend you go check it out. Prop 672. Again, you don't need voting power to make this a worthwhile read. Definitely check it out if you haven't yet. Other than that, we've got a Noundry prop, add green and pink multi-noggles from Fatty But Happy, currently sitting at 14-47. There's 12 hours left. Still theoretically possible, but it would need 111 for votes. So we'll see how that goes. Noun Style Forever is currently sitting at 8-68. A little bit rougher on that one. And that ends in 37 hours. And then we've got 3 upcoming props. Nouns House at DevCon. Pretty self-explanatory. That starts voting in just 42 minutes. So, read that quick. Then a prop to give 2 treasury nouns to the park. To the park DAO. If you don't know the park, they made our theme song for the Yellow Collective, they did the Yellow Collective theme. They did the theme for this show. They've done a whole bunch of really, really cool music. And they're just wonderful human beings. I'm a big fan of the park, so Yeah. The Park DAO, delegation and experimentation with ownership through Noun Swap. Go check out that proposal. And finally, the Nouns Week Student Festival, bringing nouns to students with esports and arts. This was a proposal that already went up. This is V2 on it. It starts in just 6 hours. So all of these are going to be up for voting uh, later today. And we're going to be talking about them all on tomorrow's show. But the revisions on this, in summary, it's basically just an esports event for students. And for this mobile game, they adjusted the budget down to 36K USDC. The main goal is to bridge nouns with students. They're focused on university students instead of anybody younger or older. They've added some partners. They've added the nouns token into the prize pool. And they've increased the duration of the main event to 2 days from 1 day. So there's going to be an art IRL hackathon, and then 1 day for the actual grand finals of this this MLBB, this mobile game that they play. So yeah, they listened to a lot of feedback, and they've been working really hard on this. I know Ishal reached out to me about it earlier. I don't think they're going to be able to come on the show because of time zone stuff, but we're going to be talking about that in more detail tomorrow if they cannot. And that's all the proposals that we have up. We have, in fact, been here for about an hour at this point, surprisingly. It feels like it hasn't been that long. But apparently it has. And we lost Symbiotech, and I think Toadie's phone died. So it might be time to call it, unless there's anything I'm... Oh, you're still here!
Yeah.
I'm not dead yet, and I'm on my computer, but I'm at 2%. So
Mazel tov.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say go check out rounds. See
Oh,
if there's
yes!
anything eligible for, or vote for anything. Animation round is going on. There's a lot of good pumpkin art.
Oh, yeah, on nouns.gg.
Oh, that too.
No, I know. I
was talking
know
about
that's
the-
not what you meant, but there's a pumpkin carving contest going on nouns.gg. So nouns.gg/rounds, that is the Nouns Esports website. And they've got a pumpkin carving contest. Voting starts in 6 days on November 3rd, so check that out. If you're doing any sort of pumpkin carving, or even if you weren't going to but are now inclined, the first prize gets 200 USDC. So not too shabby. For then 150, 150. So top 4 places all get rewarded. Much more than the price of a pumpkin at the very least. So check that out if you haven't yet. Nouns.gg/rounds. And also, you should sign in to this platform, because just by signing in, you get a vote. The votes are not anything you have to buy; they are 100% free, and you get more by participating in Nouns Esports, community calls, and participating in their Discord and any of their rounds. The more you vote, the more power you have. So definitely check that in. I really like the way that they reward consistency. It's off-chain, but it is mimicking Prop House essentially. So big fan of that. And like Brett said, there's a whole bunch of rounds going on as well at the moment. Where's the one with the pumpkin art? Oh, there it is. Nouns Animators Pumpkin
Animation.
Edition.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yes. I love it.
This is bizarre.
So much fun stuff. So yeah, go check out Rounds if you haven't. Rounds.wtf. See all of these, and they all link to Warpcast as well. So that's a lot of fun. Oh, I like this cackling pumpkin from G Fox. I like that a lot. All right, so there's all of that. That's fantastic. And like Toadie said earlier, we are going to be having a round launch tomorrow, another contest for On-Chain Autumn, which is an event that it's still ongoing. So that's going to be launching tomorrow. We're going to be talking about it on the show, so make sure to stay tuned until we start that up. But in the meantime, we have been here, like I said, for over an hour, so I think it is about time to head off. Is there anything that I have forgotten to cover? We talked about rounds, we talked about props, we talked about yellow.
No, just the first steps into sovereignty. That Ethernet mint is open for another 36 minutes. Tony was suggesting it's potentially going to turn into an art coin that'll get traded, which kind of loosely touched on a couple of days ago, and it seems like there's a few tokens. You don't even need to actually have launched the token. I think people are just speculating on the tokens moving hands instead of being a burn. So
Huh.
the exchange of those tokens has a value set against it. I don't think they seem to exceed the cost of the mint, so I'm not quite sure what the how it works. I guess a run up, but interestingly,
Do you want to link to that in
you
the tavern?
sure, yeah.
That would be greatly appreciated so that people can come by and check it out.
Yeah. And super celebration for yellow and yellow clounders, nounders, collective nouns, token holders and future token holders. We have a noun to
Yes, we do. Yellow has a noun
propose with.
now. We can put up props with it. We can. I don't know how we're gonna
Support
work out
candidacy.
if we're gonna delegate or what or what with it, but I'm
Well,
excited.
I think that was my thinking too. The fat fingers get first dibs. Everyone gets a month, unless someone really needs it for a project.
That would be fun. Anyway, awesome. Well, related to that, I'm gonna play us out with a yellow theme. This is by the park, so it's all coming together. But yes, with that out of the way, thanks everybody for coming to Noun O'Clock Live at the Noun Square. We're gonna be back here tomorrow, 9:40 p.m. EST, to see who gets this very red noun, this ketchup with the hip rose noggles. Don't forget, before then, the next 24 hours-ish, 23 hours-ish, Nomo Noun number 1296, this undead head that we got today, on sale for just 0.00069 ETH. That's $1.72 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury. And speaking of the Yellow Collective, a very yellow sloth is on auction for the next 23 hours and 15 minutes. So check that out if you haven't, yellowcollective.xyz for more info. Until then, until tomorrow, that is it for us for today. We'll see you all on Warpcast. We'll see you all on YouTube, where we've got a bunch of stuff dropped recently, so go check that out if you haven't. I'm gonna go eat dinner and then go live on Twitch again tonight, so come hang out there if you want to see more about Nouncraft. And otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm Robot Fish Girl. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah, also check out Wicked Nouns pinned to the tavern.